Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Peak Physique podcast. As you can see, back at the gym again, my favorite place to be. That means I have a guest, and I'm not talking to myself. Today is my guest is Viktor Gottleib from Team Rehabilitation here in West Allis, and he's here to tell us the good word about PT and also to tell us a little bit more about what he does here in West Allis. Victor, let's start off. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, hey everybody. Like Ricky, thanks for the introduction. I'm a physical therapist. Been practicing a little bit over 4 years now, and kind of started off in one lane at PT and try to figure out what I was most interested in. And right now, I'm owner of Team Rehab in our West Dallas location. So we're seeing patients and building up our clientele there. We're new, relatively new. Started in May, so going on 6 months now, 6 month anniversary. So
Killing it so
so
far
so
too.
so yeah, so doing well. But yeah, I started off kind of got interested in PT after going through some injuries myself, and that led me into the realm of getting better and active. And like Ricky said, the gym is my happy place as well. So found a good way to kind of match them both together. But I'm born and raised in Milwaukee, so stuck around the area and wanted some ownership of my own. So here I am.
Happy to have you here in West Dallas, that's for sure. I was so excited when we first met and
Yeah.
kind of got to talking about things, and happy to have you as a partner too. So, you kind of jumped into it a little bit, but tell us more about your practice. Like, what type of client is your favorite? What do you specialize in?
Yeah. So at Team Rehab, we see mostly outpatient orthopedic injuries. We see some neurological conditions, maybe people working on some balance and want to make sure they feel safe walking around the community and everything like that. But most of our patients are, your kind of stereotypical joint injuries for the most part. So we see, a wide range of ages of clients. I say most are probably like the younger kind of teenage age, like 12 to maybe like, I think, what some of our oldest patients I've seen are early to mid 90s. So you're never too young or too old to get into PT and make some progress if it's something you're looking forward to improve. So we see everything from surgeries. Somebody comes in and tweaks their ankle, they just want it checked out and say, hey, do I need to go to a doctor and get it looked at? Kind of what that looks like as well too. So yeah, see a good variety of patients.
Awesome, awesome. I personally went to check out Victor's practice before we started working together, and talked about some lower back stuff, and
Yeah.
you did some tissue work on my thoracic spine, and it was, I could tell you know what you're doing, and some of the things that you told me to work on with my mobility in my T spine have helped a lot.
Yeah.
I was at a PT clinic, and we were doing some cat cows, and the guy I was partnered up with was like, "Holy crap, man, you got some good mobility there." It's like,
Been
yeah, all right,
been
it's
practicing.
working.
Nice work. Yeah, nice work. Nice work.
So, what inspired you to pursue a career in PT? I know we talked about this when we sat down for lunch, and I really liked what you told me, so I thought it'd be interesting to share with everybody.
Yeah. Like I mentioned before, it was something I experienced as I was in athletics growing up, and played pretty much everything you could think of. But as I kind of got into high school, gravitated more towards football and wrestling, and so I tore my ACL playing football, and that's not never like a fun thing to go through. So had surgery and had a great experience at PT. I had an awesome physical therapist. Again, the gym was my happy place. I like being active and working out, and it was a good way to kind of mesh the two together. So it was really cool, like, to see what they could do. And sometimes I think of PT is like, oh, we're just gonna sit here and just move the leg back and forth. But this guy really got me up and moving around and back to sports and did some high level things. And I was like, hey, this is kind of a ton of fun. It's almost like I'm in the gym and working out, but just a little more focus on whatever injury that I have. So I've been a patient a couple times with different injuries in my athletic career, and but now I just like staying moving. But I kind of want to bring that to my patients as well for really whatever they want to get back to. So that's kind of what got me into that. It's fun to be able to tailor whatever the patient wants to get back. So whether they want to get back to athletics or just walk in the grocery store without pain, any sort of level of function is we can meet the patient where they're at. So
Imagine it feels really good to see that you fixed something that was broken and
yeah,
causing somebody
absolutely.
so much
Yeah,
pain.
especially because I've been there before. I know it's not fun. So it is a very rewarding job. And usually people come into PT and they're not excited to be there because they're in pain, and nobody likes to be in pain. So it's cool to see that we can actually fix that and get them back to their daily lives.
Yeah, heck yeah. Similar here in peak physique, not as
Yeah.
in depth with localized situations, but you get that same feeling when you help somebody and see that it's
Yeah.
benefiting
Oh,
their
yeah. But
life.
I mean, yeah, you're changing lives here. I mean, you really are. I mean, I've seen some of your clients as well, and I mean, have nothing but rave reviews to say about here too. And I've come for a workout here too and kicked my butt, so it was
Oh
great.
yeah, you came on a pull-up day, so. All right, so next question: what inspired you to open up your business in West Allis?
Yeah, I kind of it's just kind of had the internal drive to always own my own business. So that was always my own thought. So Team Rehab gave me the opportunity to have some ownership, not just be the manager of the clinic, but to own it. And then so we're looking around different locations in Milwaukee. Say, hey, where's the spot? Because we do have some around the city already and kind of some of the surrounding suburbs,
Yep.
but we're looking like, hey, we don't really have anything like in the city here. Like what can we do to serve that population? So we kind of had a few different ideas in mind, and West Allis is already an awesome established community, and there's kind of a PT desert kind of right in the middle. Kind of we're kind of on the northeast side of West Allis, and there wasn't really anything there, and it's kind of a booming area, and so it kind of all just made sense.
That totally makes sense. Like I said before, I'm happy you're here too. So uh, we have never been less active in human history at this point, unfortunately. Yet we still see tons of people with vast amounts of chronic pain.
Yeah,
What do you believe is the main attributing factor to this?
yeah. Movement. It's kind of the
So like
obvious
lack of movement.
lack of movement. Yeah, exactly. So it's being able to move through like a full range of movement or full range of motion for like our muscles and joints need that sensory input to be able to function properly and not be in pain. If we're all guilty of it either on our phones or on our computers. I mean, hey, I'm not perfect either. I'm there. Or, it's much easier to kick back and relax on the couch and watch something on Netflix by the end of the night. But
Sure.
if you're just staying in one position for too long, your muscles have to hold that position for however long you're there. If you're working an 8-hour desk job, you're not moving. You're there for a good chunk of your day, and your spine and your joints need to be able to go through that full range of motion of flexion and extension back and forth to be able to function properly. So I think a lot of it is muscular. Your muscles just get stiff from being in the same position, and same thing with the joints there too. And our bodies need that sensory input to move and feel better, and so that's a big part of it as well. And if you're not moving, you're not getting stronger, and your bodies aren't able to adapt to the things that you want to go do if you are sitting around a lot, and then you go, hey, I want to go play soccer, or I want to play with the grandkids, and we haven't been doing that action or been doing that movement for a while. So then that's where things can kind of flare up, and people can't get back to what they want to do. And that's why you and I are here. But it'd be great if we can prevent that before it happens.
Yep. Yep. Unfortunately, that's not how it always works, but that's why
Yeah.
we're doing this podcast
Yeah,
today,
exactly. Yeah,
so
yeah,
we can catch you guys before things go bad.
yeah.
So it sounds like what you're saying here is basically, if you're walking around with just constant chronic soreness and like unexplainable things, like I didn't just do 500 push-ups. Why did my shoulders hurt?
Right.
It's because you haven't been moving enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So step one, if you're just trying to take care of this yourself, if you are just walking around sore, would be to start moving a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the tricky thing that patients or your clients experience is, we know movement is good, but it's trying to find the right movements. And then, yeah, you can't do too much. You don't want to do too much to start with because again, it's going to flare everything up. So the right amount. And that's why I liked your workout too, because you can kind of tailor it. You have everybody doing a lot of the same movements, but you can kind of tailor these exercises and make some tweaks for the individual as well.
Yep. Try really hard to do that, both because we want the people who are coming in new to not break themselves,
Yeah.
and we also want people that have been here a long time to get their
Get a
butts
little
kicked too.
challenge. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. So for our listeners who might have some chronic pain or mobility issues, what advice do you have for incorporating physical therapy into their daily lives beyond traditional stuff that you would do at a session? And we kind of touched on it a little bit, but
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can always come in. We do free injury screens, so I'm always happy to give some tips and tricks to people to see if that helps out. I think that's a great first line of defense to say, hey, come in, let's just get it looked at. If it's something I think, hey, you can work on this on your own, with a couple exercises, great, try it out, a couple stretches. But I think, yeah, just start with some general movement. Just go for a walk. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. You don't need to go run a marathon. It's start slow. And I think one of the big things that people have this expectation that's going to happen right away. It's like, right, nobody likes to be in pain, so they want a quick fix, and hey, that'd be great, but it just takes time. And we see patients with back pain who've had it for 20, 30 years, and that's one of the first things I tell them is like, this is not going to happen in one session. So it's like, just be patient, give it some time. It will get better. We'll get there together. But yeah, it's always kind of finding like new ways to challenge the body and move as well. So what we do on session 1 is going to be different than what we do on session 15 or something like that. So
advancing everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So Victor, that's all the big questions that I wanted to cover with you. Is there anything that you wanted to add in before we kind of break away from our conversation?
No, I mean, I love what you're doing here. I really do. Like I said, I've seen a couple of your folks come my way, and it's awesome to see other movement professionals in West Allis area, and I love that you can tailor the exercises, and that we have a very similar mindset of getting people moving and active and back to the things they love to do. So I'm a big proponent for all that.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Same to you. Like I said before, it's awesome having you in the community.
Thank you.
Our partnership is one that I think every gym, every PT should have. Unfortunately, guys, sometimes people come here and something happens. Maybe a shoulder injury, elbow injury. It can be anything from inflammation to something related to a tear.
Yeah.
But when something like that does happen, I know I'll send them anybody that happens to Victor, and I can trust that Victor's gonna not only do the right things with the person who's injured, but correspond with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know what I should and shouldn't be doing at the gym with these people that are injured. So it's been nice having you around, and really nice having you on my podcast.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
the Peak Physique podcast.
My first one. So thanks for having me.
Oh man, I should have mentioned that at first.
That's right.
Well, welcome to your first podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Is your mom going to be watching?
I might have to send it her way. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Victor's mom. I don't. My mom's going to be watching too. She's definitely always one of the first people to log in.
Awesome.
But everybody, that's all we got today. Thanks for watching, listening, whatever you did, and we'll be back next week, probably in the basement again. But hope you enjoyed what Victor had to say today. If you do need to get a hold of somebody for some PT and you're in the West Allis area, how do we get a hold of you, Victor?
Call is great. So yeah, we're on Google, and so we have our page should pop up, and our phone number works great. Give us a call, or if you're here in Peak, Ricky can always put you in touch, and
I can do that.
Call our clinic, text, email, whatever is easy. I mean, we communicate pretty well. So come on over, we got you.
All right, sounds good. You people out there, Google Team Rehab West Allis if you need any help. Also, if you need anything assistance wise from gym and you're in the Milwaukee area, Peak Physique has you covered. We do group, we do one-on-one, and you can find all of our information in the description section. Again, thanks for listening, watching.